Hi folks, and welcome back. You join me today as I continue my walk along the Angles Way, a 93-mile footpath which follows the River Waveney along the Norfolk and Suffolk border. In the last section I walked from Great Yarmouth via Borough Castle and Alton Broad to Beccles, and that's where I started off this morning. There are plenty of places to get supplies, shops and things in Beccles and places to stay. It's also well served with bus routes, and there's a train station, so it's a good starting point or ending point for this kind of leg or the previous leg of the Angles Way. I've just left Beccles and I'm heading out to a point where I'm going to meet up with my friend Martin, who lives close by, and he's going to join me for the first couple of miles of the walk before he turns off and does a loop walk back to Beccles. Sew on some daisy chain down those edges and try and correct it that way.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see it working.
One for the pot. It's a pretty muddy start to the walk along these tracks and paths here. We've had some pretty serious flooding last weekend. You wouldn't have been able to walk along big sections of this, as Martin found out.
It was very, very flooded. I decided just to come out and see what the river would be like in flood and come out in a pack raft, and so some of the footpaths we'll be walking a little bit later was a paddle's depth of water through there. Luckily it didn't enter the pub, that's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be a fairly muddy couple of days or 3 days walk. I'm intending to get as far as Dis, which puts me in a good position because that's my local town, so I can easily get home from there, and then that gives me one more last section to complete, and then I'm back to where I started at the beginning of the Peddars Way, and then I'll continue on to Thetford, which is the official end of the Angles Way. So yeah, today absolutely beautiful blue skies. Nice temperature for walking, but we are forecast for a little bit of rain tonight. Just across the flooded fields there is Geldeston, which is the limit of navigation for larger boats up the River Waveney. There's a lock there, or was a lock, that was in use. It has recently been semi-restored, and there is a very, very good pub right next to the lock there called the Lock's Inn. My favourite pub in this area by a long shot, and it's tucked away from the village down a track, runs off a generator. Absolutely fantastic. Martin's gonna head off this way and complete his loop back to Beccles, and I'm going to carry on along the Angles Way, which is now going to kind of divert away from the river a bit, which is good for me in terms of keeping my feet dry. Not so good for Martin. See you later, buddy.
Take care.
Enjoy your swim.
My wet feet.
At least you got your pack raft with you.
I've still got my pack raft. Take care.
See you later.
Go on, dog.
Yeah, Martin said that Geldeston is actually a Viking, or was a Viking settlement, and the name Geldeston, geld, coming from money or gold, dating back to the times of the Norse kind of occupation of this area. Yeah, so a very, very old place. Although these diversions away from the river definitely aren't as pretty, it's still nice to be out here in this open countryside. Big, wide open fields, massive blue skies, absolutely gorgeous. Just ahead of me there is Waveney Silo, standing tall and proud overlooking the River Waveney. It was a former 1950s grain silo that's now been converted, and there's a very good coffee shop there. I've stopped here in Waveney, right next to the river, next to the sluice. It's a place I know well from canoeing. It's one of the portage points along the River Waveney. So yeah, I've been here many times before. Thought it would be a good place to stop and have some lunch. So I've got my coffee from the silo across the road there. Very nice too. And I'm going to have some crackers and some spicy salad with mackerel. Afternoon. I'm just on the section of footpath that follows the Bungay loop, which is thought to be where the town gets its name from the words Bon Eye or Bon Isle, meaning good island, because of the river, which forms a loop which almost completely encompasses the town, creating, well, almost an island. There are lots of interesting historic buildings here, medieval buildings, and a 13th century castle which you can visit. And according to folklore, the infamous Black Shuck, a ferocious giant black dog that was said to roam the countryside and coastline of Suffolk, attacked the congregation of St Mary's Church in 1577, killing some of the worshippers. Well, slight balls up. I'm actually walking on the wrong path. Just checked my map and I should actually be on the other side of the river, walking up through the woodland, which is behind that beautiful house over there. In my eagerness to get down to the river, I missed the turn, and I've only just realised, having just looked at the map. So I'm going to have to hope that there's another crossing onto the correct side of the river, or I'm going to have to follow this all the way back into Bungay and get onto the main road and then walk along to where I should be. Well, the price I've had to pay for taking the wrong route and walking around the inside of the loop is that I've just got my feet very wet. The footpath follows along next to the golf course, and a couple of sections of it are underwater. Back on the trail again. It was a bit of a bonus going around the inner loop actually, because I was able to stock up on water from the clubhouse at the golf course. So I'm now stocked up, replenished the water I drank today during my walk. I've got enough for tonight and for breakfast and everything, and for the first part of my walk in the morning, which is great. Well, I'm really annoyed. I've just noticed that I've lost the little foam cover off my microphone on the GoPro. That's the second time that's happened. I had to contact GoPro and they sent me a replacement, but they said they'd only do it once. It was a one-off replacement, and you can't buy them as spares. It's ridiculous. GoPro need to sort this out. That is so annoying. It's like a plastic clip that clips on and it just doesn't hold on. It's not really fit for purpose. So I'm going to have to try and make something now. I'll see if I can fudge something for the rest of this trip. Maybe cut a bit of the dead cat off my main microphone and wrap it around somehow. Otherwise wind noise is going to be a problem. I've just walked back about a mile, retraced my steps, looking for it, can't find it anywhere. I didn't notice that it had gone. think I found my spot for tonight. It's a lovely little deciduous woodland right by the path. So perfect. It is a little bit open, and you can see into the woodland from the footpath, which is running behind me just over there. That kind of light bit that you can see is actually the footpath. But I've just been and had a little scout around, and there's a small hawthorn which has come down at the top of the woods, which is covered in ivy, making quite a nice screen. So I'll set up behind there. There may be a few, dog walkers or whatever out and about this evening. So it'd just be nice to be, hidden away from them. I haven't obviously got permission to be here in this woodland, so I need to keep a low profile. Yeah, I'm not going to set anything up until later either, so just going to have a little chill out, just enjoy not having my rucksack on my shoulders, have a drink of water, and yeah, just relax for a little bit, and I'll set up shortly. Yeah, I'll be quite comfortable here tonight. I've got my tarp set up as a plough point in a plough point configuration. Gives me a bit more room to sit here and relax this evening. We're due for quite heavy rain through the evening and overnight, so that just gives me a bit of space to sit here and cook and all the rest of it out of the weather. Yeah, I brought my chair with me, really glad I did. It's a bit of extra weight, but it's worth it. Somewhere comfortable to sit in the evening after a walk is really important. And I've just taken my boots off, which is lovely. I've still got my damp socks on, but just to have them boots off is nice. I don't want to put my dry socks on because I'll no doubt want to put my boots on later if I need to go for a pee or whatever. And then I'm going to get my dry socks wet, so I figured I might as well just keep my damp socks on for the time being. I think my milk powder's seen better days. Just having a cup of tea while I wait for my Sri Lankan curry to rehydrate. Very kindly sent to me from New Zealand by John. Thank you very much. Looking forward to that. I'm really hungry and it smells divine. And my tea is all right. The milk powder that had gone a bit lumpy kind of, well, it seems to have dissolved and it's gone kind of vaguely milky. It's all right, it tastes okay. Been looking forward to a cup of tea. I've been craving one all day long. Ooh, smells good. There's a tear off here somewhere. Pudding. The wind is picking up, you can probably hear that. See the tarp moving around a little bit. And we did have a few spots of rain hitting the tarp a couple of minutes ago. So I think that weather they talked about is on its way. It's been a really nice day today. I've enjoyed it. It was nice to have a bit of a walk this morning with Martin up as far as Geldeston, and the rest of the walk has been really nice too. The section away from the river was a bit less interesting, but it was still quite nice to be, you know, out in the open sort of countryside, surrounded by fields and hedgerows. Always nice. But the sections along the river, definitely my favourite, definitely my highlight of the day. My slight off-piste route around the Bungay loop on the inside of the bend rather than the outside of the bend was nice, because I got to walk next to the river for most of it, and the other route isn't. The other route's up and away from the river, so you don't see it so much, and not so close, obviously. Shame about the wet feet, but hey ho, it's not the end of the world. I've got dry socks I can put on tonight to sleep in. Then I'll just have to put my wet ones on in the morning, which is always a delight. It's been about 18 kilometres today, or it would have been if I hadn't been filming. Obviously I walked a bit further with going back for the camera and all that sort of thing. But yeah, if you were just walking that section from Beccles to here, that would be about on the 18 kilometre mark. And then tomorrow's a slightly shorter day, unless I extend it to find a better camp spot. We'll see how it is when I get to the end of the day tomorrow. Make a judgment call then. Yeah, but it's it's been a really nice day. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't beat a good walk. Good night, folks, and I'll see you in the morning. Yuck. Right, that's me all packed up and ready to hit the trail again. Had a pretty good night's sleep. Woke up a couple of times with the rain. It started chucking it down quite heavily at about midnight and on through till about, I don't know, 3 o'clock. It seemed to be still raining. So yeah, woke up a couple of times with that, but apart from that I was warm and comfortable. Woke up this morning, had some scrambled eggs for breakfast, a couple of cups of coffee, and I'm all packed up and cleared away. Looking forward to today's adventure along the Angles Way, and you can catch up with today's walk in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.